Hi, everyone. Dr. Frankie Bashan here. And I hope you're all having a really great week. It's Thursday. And I look forward to seeing you all every week and showing up with helpful information, tips, suggestions, tools, ideas, things like that with you all. So I'm so grateful that you're here, that you have subscribed to my channel, that you support what I do. Yeah, because it gives me lots of energy, joy, and keeps me curious, keeps me wanting to learn more, so that I can share it all with you and you can live healthier, happier, fuller lives with the knowledge. Because, right, knowledge is power. The more we learn, and grow. And actually, I'm thinking just like fumble. I was talking earlier with somebody and I was saying, oh my gosh, there's been so many points in life when I've fumbled because I am not somebody who's fearful or avoidant of risk. Doesn't mean it doesn't make me uncomfortable to take risks and be out, step outside of my comfort zone, but it's something that has allowed me to continue to work on developing myself, growing, just not being afraid of failing. So I get to learn more and more about myself, about all the different ways in which I can work to improve myself by being in this position where I have reach and I'm able to connect with you all and also impart what I learn and continue to grow and learn from my clients and the programs and the courses that I take, so that I can help support you all, but also to ultimately learn myself. I learn from my clients and I learn from all the programs that I take because I want to be a vehicle of, deliver information, tools, knowledge to you all, and I learn along the way. So anyway, if you're not familiar with me, I'm a psychologist. I've been practicing for over 2 decades. I'm also a board certified sex therapist, and I'm also the CEO of Little Gay Book Matchmaking and Little Black Book Matchmaking. So if you're single and you want to put yourself out there beyond the dating apps, or maybe you're somebody who hates the dating apps and has never been on them, or you were on them and they don't work for you, then definitely reach out to us to learn more about matchmaking and what that could look like for you. We have so many different programs, and at the very least get into our network, our database, because we search for potential matches for our matchmaking clients, by utilizing our database that is full of professionals that are relationship minded, that want to date smarter, that want to find a long-term partner. So get in there, visit us. You can see all the details in the comments or the show notes below. And let's just jump into today's topic. Oh my gosh, my cat is wanting to jump up on my lap. And clearly I need to cut his claws because his nails, because they're ridiculously sharp and hurting me. So if I jump in the middle of today's talk, you'll know why. So, do you need a yes, no, maybe list? And what is a yes, no, maybe list? Talking about sex is hard, even or maybe especially when it's someone we already have a long history with. What if there were a tool to make it easier and less awkward for us? If that sounds like a relief to you, then a yes, no, maybe list might be a good fit for you. So today I'm going to share with you what you need to know about it. What is a yes, no, maybe list? A yes, no, maybe list is a straightforward document that can serve as a communication tool between sex partners or a clarifying exercise for yourself to explore what sex acts you're both into. People who use this list can mark for each individual activity whether they're interested in pursuing it with their partner, yes, no, or maybe. It's easy to then compare where yes or maybes match up and talk about what might be fun and exciting to try together. Or look at the maybes to see where it might be productive to have a conversation to actually explore more. Yes, no, maybe lists can save time and really prevent miscommunication when talking about sex with new partners, prompting you to explore your own sexual interests and desires in a more neutral, non-judgmental way, and even help make you aware of sexual practices you might actually have not considered in the past. Who can fit or who can benefit from a yes, maybe list? Yourself, for example. All of us are on a lifelong journey to learn more about ourselves, both in and out of bed. And to do the internal work it takes to make our lives as fulfilling as possible, the journey of understanding your sexual self and exploring the range of what might be meaningful to you in bed is a really big part of that for many people. A yes, no, maybe list can form the basics for a journey of self-discovery just like this. Whether you're recently out or delving into kink for the first time, or just want to continue exploring fantasies that might teach you more about yourself, a yes, no, maybe list can be a strong place to start. It may give you ideas for activities you haven't thought about before, or prompt you to really think through in what circumstances you might enjoy these activities and actually understand why. New or casual partners. If you're taking someone home for a one night stand, it may not be intuitive to pull out a worksheet in the back of a cab and invite them to complete it together. That's probably a better conversation for a quick, direct conversation about what you're both into. But what about when you think you might want to continue seeing someone, albeit casually, or you're not sure if it might turn into something more serious? If these situations are in these situations, it can help quickly to set the foundation for a deeper understanding between the two of you. It's possible there's something you're both really into that it would have taken you months to stumble upon organically in sex or conversation. It's also possible there's something on your new partner's yes list that was previously a maybe for you, but you now feel very interested in when you imagine doing it with them specifically. Even better, the fact of doing the yes, no, maybe list makes it easy and painless to enter into a conversation about these topics. Rather than worrying about how to bring it up or how to have a conversation about it gracefully, you can say, hey, I saw you marked yes, and then just go from there. Established or long term partners. One of the most common questions from people in long term partnerships is how to spice up the relationship or introduce something new into a sexual dynamic that might feel rote or stale. This is an incredibly widely shared desire, yet conversations about this can be very hard and just really difficult to initiate. It feels like telling our partner that you aren't happy with the sex you're actually currently having. A yes, no, maybe list can be a really helpful tool in both initiating this conversation and taking it to a productive place once it's started. Kind of it kicks off that deeper conversation. You might already be familiar with a couple exercises like comparing love languages or apology languages. A yes, no, maybe list isn't so different. It might be fun to propose as a date night activity, sharing takeout or a bottle of wine as you fill out your list separately, and then compare and see what you noticed, where you actually align and what's different, and explore from there. With a little effort, it's easy to transition the discussion to why you like the things you've chosen and what you might imagine doing with them. What should be on your yes, no, maybe list? There are plenty of yes, no, maybe lists already out there that you can start with. This is an easy principal option that's great to start with. And you can find that right here. You'll see it below my talk for today. The yes, no, maybe list also includes blank spaces to fill in your own topics to rate on your checklist. If you were hoping for something more kink intensive or don't see something you're interested in that's covered in this list, I have another list that you'll be able to click on that might be a better fit for you. Don't be afraid to also make this exercise your own. There may be easily activities specific to you, your dynamic, or the situation you're exploring with your partner that you want to add. It's easy to do kind of DIY your own yes, no, maybe list as well. Try using Google Sheets or a Google Doc to replicate some of the basic options that you will get from the list that I have for you. And feel free to add, modify, kind of make it your own. And hopefully it'll help you kind of even start a conversation. And I know talking about sex can be hard for a lot of us. So this is a way to kind of springboard, a jumping off point to get you talking. So I hope you find this helpful. And if you have any comments, feedback, leave it below and make sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little bell and click on all notifications. And I will see you all next week, and keep an eye out for Love, Laughs, and Lessons, my podcast, because we have another episode coming out shortly. See you all soon. Kisses, hugs. Take care.